You guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about tongues and speaking in tongues and what it means when you speak in tongues. And I've asked myself a lot of times this Rasandara Basandara Kusirama Rondo Kusirama Bantu Para Shabara Bantu. What does these things mean? Is this really tongues that we are speaking? Or what is this that we are doing? Because when I look in the Bible, there's lots of places where I see things that happens that maybe tells us something else. Maybe when we say all these words that we don't understand, that's when we talk directly to God, because the Bible tells us when you sometimes speak in tongues, you can speak to God and then nobody else understands it except God. But is this really what tongues is about? Is this really what the Bible wanted to teach us about tongues? Now, if we look at Jesus, everything with Jesus was perfect. There was no incidents, no accidents. Everything was just perfect. And the day of Pentecost, everything was perfect as well. Now, if we look at the day of Pentecost, there was about 108 people there with the 12 apostles of God. So the 108 with the 12 was 120 people that was there in that day. And Jesus was busy talking there to everybody, and then the Holy Spirit came down on them, and the people started talking in tongues. Now there was not enough room for everybody to be inside or on the upper level where they were. So there were people standing outside and just listening to what has been said. And when the people started talking in tongues, everybody on the outside heard the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now if you go and read the Bible, you will see that there was many people from lots of different places that visited when Pentecost was there. It wasn't just Greeks, or it wasn't just certain people that was there from one language. There was people from lots of different languages. There was people from Egypt, there was Libyans, there was Italians. So there was many people there that didn't speak the same language. But when the tongues came down, or when the Holy Spirit came down and the people started talking in tongues, the people on the outside could all hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. So now this is telling me that when you speak in tongues, you speak a language that other people can understand. So it means that if I would go to a couple now that's maybe Greek and I don't speak Greek, and the Holy Spirit comes down on me, and the Holy Spirit wants me to bring the message of Jesus Christ to these Greeks, at that time I will speak a language that I don't understand, but they will understand it, and for me it will be tongues, because I've never spoken Greek in my life before. I have no idea of how to speak Greek. But at that time, when you have to bring that message to those two people, you will speak in tongues, which is for you a language that you don't understand, but they, the ones who have to receive the message, they will understand what you are trying to say to them. And we can read in the Bible in Acts chapter 2 about tongues, and I will read it for you. The coming of the Holy Spirit. And the day of Pentecost arrived. They were all together in one place, and suddenly there came from heaven a sound like a mighty rushing wind, and it filled the entire house where they were sitting. And divided tongues as of fire appeared to them and rested on each of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. And then the second piece, for they were hearing them speaking in tongues and exalting God. So there you can see in these two pieces that I've just read for you now, that when they spoke in these tongues, that everybody could understand it. So it's not to say that they were speaking in this Rataba, Baraba, all these stories. And I'm not saying that that is not tongues, but I'm just saying that everybody mustn't think because they cannot say these things in church, all these words and all these things that they don't understand, that they must think that they cannot receive the Holy Spirit. Anybody can receive the Holy Spirit. And maybe one day you'll speak in tongues when God needs you to speak in tongues. When you find someone that you have to speak in their language, that will be a language for you that you don't understand, but you will bring a message to someone that needs to be saved somewhere and that to hear the message of God. So I just want to tell you today that if you have never spoken in tongues before, if you've never said all these strange words in church before, don't stress about it and don't think that God is not with you or that the Holy Spirit will not come down on you or that you are, or that there's something wrong with you. On the right time and at the right place, it will happen to you. If you believe in God, if you believe in the Holy Spirit, you believe in Jesus Christ who has died, and you are busy with God, you must want to bring the message to people. Then you're going to see one day it will happen where you will speak in a language that you don't understand, but someone else will understand that language. You guys can like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful week full of miracles. God bless you. Goodbye.